Hey you guys, what's up? My name is Megan. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a full face get ready with me of mostly all my Holy Grail items. I have some items that I currently don't have in my stash, but I will talk about what they are. And then of course you could never make me pick a Holy Grail eyeshadow palette. But for the most part, this whole video is going to be featuring all my Holy Grail items that I use to do a full face. Some of the categories I have multiple items, so I showcase those, but I don't apply those. Make sure to stay tuned until the end so you can give me your opinion on a question that I have. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so that you guys are notified of all my future uploads. If you really enjoy this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. And yeah, let's get into it. Hey guys, so as you probably saw from the intro, we're doing the full face of Holy Grail items. I have already primed my eyes, which my Holy Grail, if you've been around, is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Priming Potion. This is legitimately incredible. My eyeshadow almost never creases with this product. If it does, it's usually the eyeshadow problem's fault because it literally that is how infrequently it happens. This is like budge proof for hours on end. It's a little bit on the pricier side, but honestly, considering how long this product lasts me before I need a replacement, it's not that expensive at all. I'm not the biggest fan of the applicator. I use it while it's in there, but when I depotted this, because there was a lot of additional product left into a pot, there wasn't any like drying out or anything like that. So you are able to do that with this product. But yeah, this is my Holy Grail eyeshadow primer. The next thing I'm going to do is continue to work on my eyes. So there is no way in hell you could make me choose a Holy Grail eyeshadow palette. I love so many palettes. And I was like, well, no one's probably going to want to see a look with my Tati Beauty PTP because I do a lot of looks with that over on IG. It's my Pan That palette. So I chose one that is newer to me. This is the Goddess palette from Alter Ego. I've used it one other time. My friend decluttered this to me, so I'm kind of trying to get familiar with this palette so I can give a review on it. So that's the one that I'm going to be using today. I think so far, first impressions, it's a really great palette. I don't know if it's Holy Grail status or not, but I could not pick one, just one. I could not. So I'm just going to go ahead and I think I'm going to go in the shade Iris here to do like the base and get things cracking. But yeah, there were so many different palettes I thought of for Holy Grail. Like I said, I just couldn't pick one of them. I know I'm saving for a drugstore favorite video, so I didn't want to use it for this too. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to pick a palette that's not Holy Grail status yet, but one that I need to, formulate my opinion on. Okay, now that I have that buffed out really nice, I'm thinking that I want to do something with this teal shade, like the teal and the gold. Yeah, I just think that will be really pretty. So I'm going to go into this shade here, which is Gaia. I don't know. I cannot pronounce things. So yeah, I'm just going to go in with this and I'm going to build it up. This shade, I guess, is like a dupe for the Natasha Denona. I think it's the gold palette. Which, if you've been to my IG, you know how I feel about Natasha Denona palettes. So yeah, I was really excited to be able to get this one. And honestly, so far, the formula has been really good. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and plop this all over both eyes. Okay, so in my opinion, this shade is super pretty, but it is pretty patchy. I think that it might be a better shade for like if you do a cut crease and you pack this shade onto the lid, I think that maybe it would be a better shade for that type of look. Cause yeah, I'm really just, it's like pretty patchy in my opinion, which sucks because I'm filming another video after this. But it'd be like that sometimes. Next, I'm gonna go into this Pandora shade right here, and that is what I'm gonna take. I think all over the lid is what I'm gonna go ahead and do with that. And we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna go ahead and wet the brush just because I always find any kind of shimmer really just applies better that way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wet the brush, start putting this over it. And then maybe I'll be able to go around the edges with that teal-y green shade. Maybe it'll make it look better. But yeah, this shimmer is stunning. I bet it would be even sicker if I went in with, I'm gonna go with my finger while we're here trying to mess around with stuff. Okay, payoff is a little bit thicker if you go in with the finger, but I think that it looks good still with the brush. So I'm gonna continue applying it with my brush until I get it where I want. Defined brush, and I'm gonna go back into this shade and just do that around the edges. I will say that Pandora shade is really beautiful. It ended up being super buildable because I built it up. It's a little bit flaky, but that doesn't bother me because that's why I always do my eyes first. So yeah. This might be one of those trust the process kind of moments because I'll tell you right now, I'm not like in love with this look. So yeah, it's gonna be a trust the process kind of moment. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the eyes and then I'll be back. Okay, so the next step in my routine would be to prime my face. My Holy Grail primer for pores is going to be the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. This is an absolute game changer. I've been using this for like, I don't know, 2-3 years, but it smooths the base out so nicely, especially if you're someone like me who has really large pores and yeah, they never go away. This is what I like to use for that. So I wanted to share that one. And then you guys could have probably already guessed, I always use, as of lately, since this product like became a thing, I use the Auric Glow Lust in the shade Morganite. I have the original shade. I do plan to pick up the new Morganite shade when we get into the winter months. I do plan to pick that one up. But this is like my Holy Grail, like illuminizing base product. It just, honestly, the makeup sets so nicely on top of it. You can wear it by yourself. It doesn't disturb the makeup. It creates like the most beautiful illuminized glow. And just like, look at that. Glowing. And it does that all day, and it looks so good. I love the way it sets under my makeup and just creates like the perfect base for your makeup is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, Holy Grail. The next item is gonna be concealer, which I literally just said the other day. I was like, this is the only concealer you're ever gonna see on my channel, because it's probably true. It's the Dose of Colors concealer. I'm in the shade 11 light medium right now. I use That's what I use right now. And then in the winter, I believe I have 08 Light, if I'm recalling correctly. But yeah, I was on, I'm trying to open this thing so that I have a freaking mirror. But I was on like a concealer hunt literally for the longest time, like over on IG. I just couldn't find something that was like, had enough coverage, but was like a really good consistency for me. It took like 4 or 5 different concealers, which I guess it could have been worse. And then I landed on this one. My good friend Ashley suggested it and used it, and I've literally never gone back. And I don't really care to test any more concealers unless they're like, you know, sent to me for free or whatever, because this one is just so good. Like, you know what I mean? When you find something that's so good, it's like, why even mess around and try to find anything else when you know this is the one? Like, that's the kind of energy this concealer brings to the game. It's the one. The only other one I would think about trying is from Jouer, because I've heard so many good things about that concealer. That's the only other one I would think about trying. Now, Holy Grail foundation. I don't think this has been featured on my channel yet because I've been in such like a powder foundation, luminizy with like cream under it kind of place that I haven't really been using a liquid foundation, or I'm like testing out new products or tinted moisturizers. So honestly, this one's kind of been getting neglected. But it is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. This is like my holy grail. The coverage is incredible. It's a really solid medium to full coverage, but it looks so light and juicy on the skin. It, like it says, radiant. I have the shade 160 Shell, and honestly, it is the most perfect matching. Well, it looks a little warm right now, but from all like foundations that I normally try, this one has been like the closest ever to being like a perfect match, which like had me shook. But yeah, and this just wears so incredibly throughout the day. I work really long hours, so like I don't even fuck around with foundation that only lasts like 4 to 6 hours because I'll be working longer than that. So yeah. But this is definitely long wearing, super blendable, super comfortable. As you can see, it looks so good. It looks so good. Covered those blemishes right up. It's like they're not even there. Yeah, okay. Here we are with it. Yeah, it looks a little, the tone is not with me right now, which is interesting because literally it's just too freaking bright in here. I don't know. But like this matched me perfectly in the winter, so that's how not tan I'm getting this summer. I am laying out by the pool tomorrow when I'm filming this, like tomorrow is when I'm gonna be laying out in the pool, thank goodness, because I have not gotten any sun. The weather has not been nice where I live, which really sucks. So for bronzer, I think that I'm gonna pick something. I have other ones that I need to try more that I feel like could be holy grails. But this is one that's like a ride or die. I've had it in my collection for a long time. It's something that I've had for a long time and I still reach for it, and I really love it. It's gonna be the KKW bronzer, which LOL, because I was just bitching about how this like is taking forever for me to finish in my PTP, my project pan. But yeah, I really love this. It always lays really, what is that on my skin? Oh, some eyeshadow. But it always lays really nicely on top of the makeup. It's a really beautiful tone on me. I don't know, that's one complaint, I guess. I don't know what shade this is because it's worn off the back. I will say this formulation is also really buildable, which is nice too. Because I personally, it's like, I like want my products to be like semi-pigmented because I hate having to be like anxious about using it because it's like, oh my gosh, am I gonna go in with this and ruin all of my makeup because it's so pigmented, you know what I mean? So I can appreciate that this is easy to build up, but it's not something that I will be here all day building up. It's like, okay, I can do like 2 to 3 layers, and I just think it builds really nicely. It gives me some nice warmth, and it's gonna be my Holy Grail powder. For my Holy Grail cream bronzer, because I'm using powders today. Who am I? We don't know her. We don't know her. But for my creams, this one was a little bit more difficult. I went back and forth between two. I went back and forth, but I have so many that I love. But the one I guess I find myself always wanting to reach for is the Tower28 West Coast Bronzino. I had to hide this from myself. I had to take it off my vanity and get it out of my eyesight because it's the only thing I was wanting to reach for, and literally everything else was getting neglected. So I had to take her off my vanity and give her a break. So yeah, that's why I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pick that one because I'm definitely obsessed with it. Next is going to be blush. This one is like a cult classic. It is the Milani Baked Blush. I have the shade 02 Rose d'Oro. This was in my top 10. And yeah, this blush is so gorgeous. And it's even like newer to my collection because I slept on the baked formula forever. But yeah, it is so gorgeous. This is another one that's really nice and buildable as well, which is what I like. I found that through trial and error, which happens with makeup. You really learn to find what your preferences are, what you like, how you like to apply things. And that is something that I like in a product. I want something that is going to be buildable and not like, oh, I put this on my face and oh shit, like there's no going back, you know? So yeah, this is the one that I picked for my powders. I did have a couple creams as well that I wanted to share with you guys. The first one is going to be from Phytosurgence. It's their cream blush. I have the shade Smolder. This is probably, no, it is. It's like one of my all-time favorite cream blushes. The formula is super unique. It's like a moussey whipped texture. The shade is just like, oh, literally swatched it over my foundation thing. But that's the shade, and it is literally so freaking stunning. Like, I will never be able to get over this. This is such a gorgeous blush shade. It's one of those that I had to set to the side because that's the only thing that I've been wanting to use. It is so good. The next one is a Holy Grail, is going to be from Honest Beauty. This one's in the shade Peony Pink. In general, this formula is incredible. This was my first ever cream blush, and honestly, it's so affordable, super user-friendly. It's another one that like it can be pigmented when you apply, but it blends out really easily. And I have never had any issues applying this with like a finger or a stipple brush or anything like that. So really love this one. The highlighter I'm gonna apply today, since we're looking a little glam, this one is from Jouer. This is a Holy Grail. This is the Molten Glow highlighter. This is, I'll swatch it on my hand for you guys. This highlight is just insanely beautiful right over here. And this you kind of have to go in with a little bit of a light hand because it can get very blinding very quickly. But this one is literally so stinking beautiful. I'm like trying to turn so you guys can hopefully see it, but I literally love this highlighter. So I had to include it, even though I'm like not really on a highlighter kick right now, because like I've had my base going with so much dew that like highlighter has felt a little bit unnecessary as of late. The other one I wanted to include is my Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter. This is so good. Obviously, I've used the fuck out of this, and it was really well loved before I put it into my project pan. And this one is like more affordable. I would say Physicians Formula is on the higher end side of drugstore, if you will, just like their pricing is anyways. But honestly, I love this one. It's one that I often reach for, which is why all my other ones get neglected, because I'm like not in a highlighter place, but if I use highlighter, I'm reaching for this one. So yeah, that is the base product there. I'm trying to think what other makeup do I do now? My brows. I'm not gonna do these on camera because LOL. But I will say my Holy Grail brow pencil is gonna be the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I get mine in the shade Neutral Brown. Comes with a super, I just opened this one, I finished my last one. A really nice spoolie. Rolls up and down. I love this brow pencil. It holds all day. Yeah, it's chef's kiss. So yeah, I'm gonna do my brows real quick and I'll be back. Okay, so this ended up being the final look. I'm gonna run you through the Holy Grail finishing touches that I made. On the bottom, the lower lash line, I just went into my rotating 9 pan and used this little shade right here. I just felt like I needed something, like I don't know, I just felt like I needed something, so that's why I reached into that. When I left off, I was filling out my brows. I don't have a Holy Grail eyebrow gel. I wish I did. I'm actually in the middle of a hunt for one right now because anything I find is just not holding my brows up the way that I would like, unfortunately. So yeah, don't have one of those. I wanted to talk about the liner in my waterline. My Holy Grail is from CoverGirl. It's the Ink It black liner. This is a gel liner and I've been using this for like over 10 years. It is so good. It always stays in my waterline. It doesn't irritate my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes, so I think that that really says a lot, but love this item. For my liquid liner on the top, my Holy Grail is from Tarte. This is their Sex Kitten liquid liner. It's a felt tip. I have, okay, I just pulled it out. Got it on my finger. Probably almost never done that, but this is what the tip looks like. This is so good. I've actually been using this for what, probably 2 to 3 years now. It applies really well. It's a nice black. It lasts quite a long time. I never have it like flaking off or doing anything like that. Easy application. Highly recommend this one. I know it's on the pricier side, but I don't fuck around with my wings. So love this product. Then for lips, this one is also new to my collection, but listen, since I picked it up during that random haul, if you saw that video, then you probably know what I'm talking about. The Milani freaking Matte Naked shade 61 Holy Grail. This formula, you guys, is incredible. I'll swatch the shade for you. I think I have stuff like everywhere, so I'm going to swatch it weird. But that's the shade right there. It's on my lips. Okay, why am I like this? But anyways, I literally have not been able to stop using this. This is the only lipstick that I have been wearing. It is so comfortable. It's like the perfect mixture between like a cream lipstick and a matte lipstick. Comfortable, long wearing. I love the shade. I'm just gonna keep screaming it from the rooftops until everyone has one. They're so good. I am obsessed. So yeah, that's love, love, love. Now for finishing powder, if you use one of those, I like to use a pressed powder. My Holy Grail is from Urban Decay. It's the All Nighter. It claims to be translucent. It's not. It does have a bit of a tint, but that does not bother me. I would rather have a little bit of a tint than a white cast. So yeah, this is my Holy Grail finishing powder. As far as a finishing spray, if you're a spray gal, my favorite is also from Urban Decay. It is the G-Slick. This one is incredible. I don't like their all-nighter spray. It makes me like oily, but the D-Slick is incredible. So if you like sprays, I love this one. Now for mascara, I currently don't have my Holy Grail in my collection. I am waiting to go through some of my other ones before I repurchase it, but it's still the one I'm going to repurchase, and I'll pop a photo up in here. It's the Kosas Big Clean Mascara. It is so good. It's really like volumizing, long lasting. It's not flaky. I will say, it takes like a week or two to dry out to the point where I love it. Cause like the first couple applications, I was like, this is okay. But once it hits that point of like being just dried out enough, game changer. That it's incredible. It's the one I like, literally I cannot wait to be done with my other mascaras because that's what I want to use. So I mean, I have two open right now. I just opened the ABH one. That's what I have on my lashes today. It's okay, but it's like nothing to holler about. And then I've really been using the Nabla Major Pleasure mascara, which this one isn't bad either. But I love the Big Clean from Kosas. So that is hands down my Holy Grail. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video of Holy Grail items. If you want to see one where I'm applying some of my other Holy Grails that I didn't apply today, like Tower28, my Honest Beauty, my Phytosurgence, the one where I had like a couple in some different categories, let me know in the comments and I can do another video of Holy Grails applying those items. If not, I know all of these products have been used on my channel or at least talked about before. So just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up before you leave, and I'll see you in the next one.